Hi all, welcome to the Geography GCSE options presentation PowerPoint. I'm going to talk you through some of the key elements of GCSE geography. Firstly, why study geography? So geography is a really important subject, more now than ever, with links to kind of climate change, migration. All of those elements are covered in the GCSE specification. And not only that, there's loads of transferable skills linked to fieldwork and data collection and how we process that data, and is a highly employable subject, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. So why study geography at King Edward's? So we've had excellent results over the last 10 years or so since we've been carrying out the new specification. So for example, the grades 4 to 9 range from 82 to 92% and between 23 and 54% for 7 and 9, depending on the cohort. And we, year on year, surpass all of the centres for the 3 different papers that we carry out. This is down to the fact that we have experienced teachers. They're all specialists with geography degrees, and there are some examiners in the team as well, which helps to support the results that we get. So what's the course about? There are 3 elements, 3 papers. There's the physical geography paper, which is 35%, the human geography paper, which is 35%, and the geographical applications paper, which is worth 30%. All 3 of those papers are sat at the end of year 11, and I'll go through the different aspects of those papers. In terms of the type of assessment that is carried out, so there are different styles of question. There are some multiple choice and numerical calculations that they have to carry out. So quite often the map skills questions might be multiple choice. Numerical calculations can be anything like mean, median, mode, range, interquartile range, or sometimes it could be a percentage change. So it depends on the type of skill they're looking for. They might have to complete different types of graph. There are some short answer questions which are worth 2 to 4 marks, and then there's a longer answer question on each section which is between 6 and 9 marks. So within those 3 different papers, there are different units that are covered. So in paper 1, hazards, the living world and physical landscapes are covered. So you can see here that we cover hazards in the living world in year 10 and then physical landscapes in year 11. Sometimes the order of this changes depending on the kind of length of terms and things like that. Paper 2 is made up of urban issues and challenges, changing economic world and resource management. So that's paper 2. So they're the 2 papers that are worth 35% each. Within those 2 years as well, we carry out 2 pieces of fieldwork or 2 data collection trips and write-ups of those data collection trips. And then they have to answer exam questions on unseen fieldwork, their fieldwork that they've carried out across those 2 days. And then there's also an issues evaluation section to that paper as well. And we carry out all of that preparation across those 2 years. So there are 2 compulsory field trips, as mentioned as part of paper 3, the geographical applications paper. So there has to be a human field trip and data collection and a physical field trip and data collection. So we currently carry out our human fieldwork data collection for a half day in Digbeth, looking at regeneration. And then we also carry out a physical bit of fieldwork with a human crossover, and that's in Cannock Chase. So we look at the impact of tourism on the environment. There's also an optional field trip to Iceland currently, which may potentially run in years to come as well, but that is not compulsory. That's an optional field trip. I mentioned employability earlier, and I know it's a little bit early to be thinking about that at GCSE, but obviously this is kind of a stepping stone for what they might want to do later in life. And there are a lot of employable skills linked to the subject, a lot of transferable skills, so things like numeracy, teamwork through the regular field trips, the analysis that they carry out with the data, and so this is something that is seen as quite employable. On the following slides, I've just put some examples of case studies of geography degree students who have gone on to carry out different careers, so you can kind of see a selection of the different things that you might want to do beyond A-level.